Thank you so much for clicking on this thumbnail. You could have been anywhere in this YouTube universe, as big as it is, but you're rocking with your boy, and I truly appreciate that. For those who don't know, I'm Rico, and on this channel, we help you elevate to the highest possible version of yourself by utilizing the 3C philosophy. That's confidence, character, and of course, charisma. If that sounds good to you, go ahead and do yourself a favor. Go ahead and hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, turn on those bell notifications. Come join this 3C lifestyle, because I can promise you it's better over here. So my goal in teaching and coaching this 3C lifestyle and philosophy is to help young boys, young males, work and become the highest level of men. Now, of course, that's a lifelong journey of growth, development, reflection, and success, right? And although it's the journey, the process that molds us into the ultimate version of who we truly are, I can't stress enough how vital it is to have certain destinations, certain landmarks, certain gas stations per se on the journey itself. I mean, you have to know the destination in order to know whether or not you've arrived. It's like if somebody said, hey, where do you want to go? And I'll say it doesn't matter. And shit, it don't matter where you go. Just get in the car and start driving. So if you don't know the destination, no matter how good the journey is or how much you enjoy the journey, you may not even know if you get there. So all you're going to be doing is you're going to be BSing yourself and you're going to be wasting time. And along that journey, when you reach those certain landmarks and those certain destinations, it's going to be the gas you need to keep you going along that journey. It's going to be times to where you feel like you need to quit. And once you reach a certain point in that journey, you're going to look back and say, well, yeah, I've come too far to come back now. You get to that next gas station, that next destination, that next landmark that lets you know you're on the right path. It's going to give you that gas to keep going. It's going to fill you up. So today I'm going to talk about something that unfortunately some of us learn way too late. Hell, some of us never learn it at all, especially in the Black community, and that's the difference between a male or a boy and a man. Now, these are just some of the few differences that throughout my life I've understood, and I've had to learn myself. That was the difference between when I was a little boy and when I was a male and when I became a man. Okay? Now, I'm not gonna lie, some of these may sting. Some of these might hit right here. You know, that's fine. Just treat it like medicine. We may not always enjoy how the medicine tastes when it goes down, but we enjoy the way it makes us feel at the end. We enjoy the result that it's gonna give us. You understand what I'm saying? So take this on the chin. If you hear some of these things and you feel like I'm talking to you, I am. But that doesn't mean you can't get better. I'm talking to you because I love you. I wouldn't sit here and make these videos if I didn't care about you becoming the best version of a man you can be. Because what that does, and that just makes the overall society better. Right now, I'm just talking from my heart. Having better men in this world will cause a lot of the problems that we have in these societies, in my personal opinion, they wouldn't even exist. And then by virtue, we'd have better daughters, we'd have better sons, we'd have better women. At the end of the day, it starts and ends with us, fellas. So take this on the chin if I'm talking to you. And if you got the check boxes and you marking off these that you're already there, congratulations. The job ain't done. Get your ass up and go to the next destination. Let's get it. We gonna start with the obvious, man. A man goes out and gets a life of his own. Kind of hard to say that you're a man if you've never went out and got a life of your own. Doesn't matter if it's a struggle life. You can live in a studio apartment with a struggle refrigerator living out of an ice chest, but it's yours. I'm not talking about a life that your parents fund for you. Not to say you'll never need any assistance every now and then. Of course you do. We've all needed help every now and then. But a man gets up and finds his own way without funding from their family, from their parents, and damn sure not from a woman. If you are living with a woman and that's your only experience of having your own place is because you got it by living with a woman, you got some work to do, man. But that's not the end of the world. We can fix it. Not to say you gotta leave her, just make sure you check off all these other boxes and you're good to go. So a real man goes out and finds his own way. I don't care if you're living in your trailer. I don't care if you're living in a van. It's yours. You're going out and you're doing it on your own. And that's gonna be important on this journey to manhood. Another big difference between a man and a male and a little boy is that a man is comfortable in his own skin. He's comfortable with who he is, and he's true to himself. He's not out here trying to be a chameleon and one minute he's this type of person, the next minute he's this type of person. You don't even know how to come at him because you don't know who he's gonna be from one moment to the next. right? Not to say a man can't evolve and grow and add different layers to himself, but for the most part, at his core, he's comfortable with who he is. And that right there garners massive respect because you're comfortable with who you are. So at the end of the day, a man is comfortable in his own skin and true to himself. There's a famous saying that says, people who matter don't mind, and people who mind don't matter. Remember that. Another difference between a man and a male, something that I had to learn when I was growing up, is that a real man doesn't quickly resort to violence in any kind of confrontation. A real man can use his words. There's a saying that says, a dumb blank hates a smart mouth. So the person who's quick to try to resort to violence to resolve any kind of simple conflict, trying to run the fade or whatever just because they think that's a term of masculinity, I mean, I can't blame them. You know, we all were there growing up at one point, but one difference you'll realize when you get older is that a real man can use their words. And it's okay to disagree. And if you feel like this person can't respect your opinion, can't respect where you're coming from, a real man will remove himself from the situation. Because the most important thing to a real man is his freedom. There's a difference between respect and character. And in the black community, I hate to say, we're one of the only people that are willing to die for how somebody else views us. Respect is how other people view you. Character is how you view yourself. And in the 3C community, we give a damn about character over reputation. Now in business, yes, not to say reputation is not important. It is important. But what's more important is how you view yourself versus how other people view you. That's secondary. That's important, but that's secondary, which is something that I had to learn growing up too. I thought that whooping somebody's butt and putting foots to you know what made you a man. Now, if you need to protect yourself, you need to protect your family, your loved ones, whoever, and you have no other option, I was taught at a very young age, don't you start a fight, but you finish it. Do whatever you gotta do to finish it. Group of my friends, we would always say the most important thing is getting home. So I get it. If you have to protect yourself, you gotta do what you gotta do. But it should be a last resort, not a first resort. A real man can use his words to communicate his opinion, and if somebody else differs with him, that's perfectly fine. And if the respect turns to disrespect, a real man will remove himself from that situation until things calm down, and if things cannot get resolved, then he knows he doesn't have to go back to that. He's comfortable enough in his own skin to know that he doesn't have to go back. Another huge difference, a telltale sign between a male, a little boy, and a man is that men keep their word, unless absolutely impossible to do so. A man only breaks his word if it is the last thing he has to do. And here's a little tip. If a man breaks his word, he'll make it up. Ladies, this is very important. If a man breaks his word, he feels horrible about it, and it will usually be followed by a statement of, hey, but blah, blah, blah. He will make it up. A little boy or a male is wishy-washy with their words. They're indecisive. They're all over the place. They're 1 minute they're this way. They're changing. They're like a leaf in the wind. They're all over the place. A real man keeps his word. Bottom line. If he says he's gonna do something, he's gonna do it. Men, if you're a father and you tell your children, if you do this, this is gonna be the repercussion, good or bad. If you do this, this is gonna be the reward. You better keep your word. Because what that's going to do is that's going to instill that in that child that men keep their word, good or bad. If you say you're gonna go somewhere and you commit to doing it, then it doesn't matter if you don't feel like it anymore. You get up and you keep the commitment. If you say you're gonna help somebody move, I hate helping people move, but if I tell you I'm gonna do it, I'm gonna be there. That's one thing people can count on, is that Rico is reliable. Real men keep their word. And another tip, it's sexy too to keep it. Women love that. So many women out here deal with men who are wishy-washy and don't keep their word, that when you step up and you keep your word, she gonna be like, oh, he must be part of that girl, he must be 3C over here. He must subscribe to Rico channel. Listen, real men keep their words, bottom line. This is something else that's important, very important. A real man builds other people up as opposed to tearing them down. You ever met somebody who just feels like no matter what, they can't give a compliment, they can't say anything nice? At the end of the day, there's two types of people in the world. There's people that are in construction and people that are in demolition. The people that are in construction see a building and they say, oh man, that's a nice building. You know what? I still want to have the biggest building in the city, but I'm going to build my building up and work hard to earn the right to be the biggest building in this city. Versus other people who are in demolition, they say, damn, look at that building. I don't like that. I don't like that. I'm gonna drop a dime on them. And then they start planting little pieces of dynamite around the building. They blow that building up. All the while, the person in demolition, they building this high. They see building this high, they don't want to work hard to get higher because it takes too much work. It's easier to tear that building down. So you ever see somebody, when you do something good, when you losing weight, or when you got a new promotion, or when you got a new car, they can never give you a compliment. They always got to have something bad to say or make a joke, try to put you down, whatever. Just understand, real men have no problem. As a matter of fact, they understand that the universe rewards that. They reward that kind of energy of building people up, of putting that positive energy out because it's going to come back. Males, little boys, they try to tear people down, but you're not like that. You're not in demolition. You're in construction. You 3C. You got to be in construction over here. We build, baby. We build up. A real man builds people up, doesn't tear them down. Understand? Men know how to look after themselves. I mean, this goes back to the first thing about making your own life, making your own way. Men know how to look after themselves. I know men who don't even know how to use a washer and dryer. I knew men who didn't even know how to get ice out of an ice tray. Like, it's insane to me. You can't call yourself a man if you don't know how to take care of yourself. If you need mommy, daddy, your girl, your grandmother, whatever, to clean your bathroom or to clean your room, if you don't have cleanliness, if you don't know how to take care of yourself, just the basics of taking care of yourself, if somebody else has to clean your home that you pay for, and you expecting people to come over and wash your dishes or wash your clothes, and you can't do it yourself, you can't call yourself a man in my book. It's just my personal opinion, but you can't call yourself a man. One thing I love about my mom that she did at a very young age is, believe it or not, people laugh at me when I tell them this, I was helping her wash clothes, washing my own clothes at 5 years old. And at 6 years old, she took the training wheels off. I was no longer having my mom wash my own clothes. She taught me how to sort. She taught me how to use hot water, cold water, things like that. She taught me how to use the powder, all that. Now, I might have messed up a few loads, so, I ain't gonna lie, some of the whites came out a little pinkish because I added some colors to it, but I was doing it on my own. I was learning on my own. I learned how to cook on my own. My parents were too busy trying to provide a life for me that unfortunately it didn't allow them to stay home, but that helped me. That helped me get better in the kitchen. That helped me learn how to take care of myself. They gave me certain responsibilities and they held me to them, and I thank them for that. That helped me go from being a little boy to a man. So men know how to look out for themselves. I don't give a damn if all you know how to do is cook you 3 things. I don't care if it's cornflakes with the bananas in it. You know how to do it, you're doing it yourself. So bottom line, real men know how to look after themselves. Another huge difference, huge telltale sign between a male or a little boy and a man is that men, we have dick discipline. Hear me again. Listen to me good. We have dick discipline. Not to say we don't use it, because trust me, it gets used. You understand what I'm saying? Yeah, you. Absolutely. You. Yep. I know. Absolutely. However, we have discipline and we're responsible with it. Real men don't walk around here having a whole bunch of illegitimate children. An argument can be made that if they take care of them, they're a real man. Okay, that's taking care of your responsibilities, and I respect that. It's called condoms. Not only that, there's diseases out there. It's called condoms. It's called protecting yourself. Just because you have sex doesn't necessarily mean you have to get somebody pregnant. On top of that, don't be out here giving it to just everybody. Have some class about yourself. Make them earn it. Everybody don't deserve it. Don't be out here chasing the cat. Have some discipline. That is definitely one thing I had to learn, because as a little kid, especially in our community, we think the more we get our numbers up, the more of a man that makes us, right? And as we get older, as we grow, as we mature, we understand that no, it's actually the discipline, the control of it that makes us a man, right? So just remember, a real man has dick discipline. Don't forget it. Very important. Another thing that men do versus little boys or males, men take full responsibility for the things that they do and what comes on in their life. They don't blame anybody else. Now here's the key. Sometimes it's not fair to take responsibility for things that happen to you. We can't always control what happens to us. The reason why we take responsibility is because real men don't play the victim role. And as soon as you start blaming other people, you relinquish control of your life. Therefore, you become a victim of what happens to you and you lose your manhood. Real men take responsibility. When they're wrong, they say they're wrong. They go, you know what? I was wrong for that. And it doesn't make them feel like less of a man. When things don't go their way, when they fail at something, when they get something wrong, they take full responsibility. When they fuck up, they own their fuck ups. But then they make them right. We're not on this planet to always make the right decisions. It would be impossible for us to know that at the time. What we're here to do is we're here to make decisions and then make them right. And that's part of taking responsibility. Real men own their shit. They take responsibility and then they make it right. They don't blame others. It's not what we do in the 3C community. Say it with me. Real men take responsibility and don't blame others. And here's a big one. Real men make women's lives, the women that they allow in their lives to come into their lives to be a part of their lives, real men make those women's lives less stressful. Males who think that they're men but they're little males add stress. Real men bring peace and make the woman's life easier, brings value, helps her, teaches her new things. She can call him and say, hey, I need help with blank. Not to use him, because we understand when women are using us in the 3C community. We vet our women very well out here. We make them earn the right to be a part of our life out here in the 3C community. That's what we do. But we reward that behavior. When they do the right things, when they show and prove that they have earned the right to be a part of our life, we definitely reward them with our acts of valor, with our acts of kindness, and with our generosity. We reward that good behavior. You could be on the phone with her. Oh, what's up, mama? What you do today? Oh, I just ordered a bed. It's from Overstock. I just got a bed from Overstock. But how's your day going? Da, 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 da. You already know you're gonna put that bed together. Also, be resourceful. You may not necessarily always have to fix the problem, but if you can be the type of man that she can rely on to get the answers, you'll be unforgettable. Make her life less stressful in any way you can, and the right woman will reward you tenfold. Little boys, males, they purposely try to add stress to a woman's life for whatever reason. Now, I'm not saying you can't test a woman, but at the end of the day, you're supposed to make her life less stressful. As a real man, that's what we do over here at 3C. Last but not least, a real man is trustworthy and he has integrity. At the end of the day, his word is his bond, and he has a certain moral compass to where he can be trusted and he has integrity. A real man, if he in your circle and you got real men in your circle, you shouldn't have any second thought about if you got to run to the store and your girl is at your house and you got a little kickback or whatever and your girl is around your so-called crew. You shouldn't ever have to worry about the people that you supposedly call friends doing something shady or stealing from you or having to watch your back all the time around your people that you supposedly say that you love and care about. Real men ain't like that. Real men have a moral code, honor, integrity, and they're trustworthy. It's not cool to go over here, try to flirt with your homeboy's girl just to see if you can get... I get it. In the hip hop culture and in the black community, that's one of our biggest problems. That's why it's so difficult to be faithful and date and commit in the black community, because now everyone that's in the urban culture, whether they black, white, Asian, persuasion, whatever, if they like the hip hop culture, all this loving hip hop culture, all this housewives culture, all they're doing is thinking that it's cute and cool to try to see if they could get another man to do something for them or get their girl to do something for them. It's not cool. Real man has integrity and is trustworthy even when it's not cool, and even when everyone around him is folding, you stand 10 toes down. Because at the end of the day, the universe sees everything. God sees everything. Understand that. A real man has integrity and he's trustworthy. With that being said, we've come to the end of the video. I highly appreciate you rocking with me to the end. I hope you got some value out of the video. I know I didn't do a fragrance of the day, but that's because I did a list for Valentine's Day. Hopefully you got some information from that list, but I promise you in the next video, I'll be back to it. Before you leave, don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, turn on those bell notifications. Like any young adults you have in your life, the quicker we can get their mindset to understand that there's a big difference between a man and a male, and it has very little to do with age, the better this world will be. And with that said, until the next video, I love y'all.